to the enlightenment space. The place to find yourself, a good place to be. Nasan yon kalatso ye, savan ye no koso in dasa, vanjende kranso kasai shomta kishnan, indom klan saitinom, kashaiti vishnek to shom, alakto lekton laktai, nishdevenom rakja. Venciendo recascio clantike, vanom raka ingestion, kesha tu can gratiand, vanire cronso, varurum casciurense nocto, vashautendum rakiana akesha. To be embraced by life requires a trust, an openness, a fearlessness. For life is this continuously unfolding experience, and it really is always evolving. So we do not know what to expect. From the human standpoint, it's difficult to understand. I know that people have trouble understanding me. For the experiences of this becoming removes so much from the normal human existence. And of course, I speak from this place, so understand that many do not understand what I'm talking about. I may seem like an adversary to beliefs and concepts and conditions and religions and philosophies. But essentially what has happened with this is that it has combined all of that into this presence. So things are not rejected, but things are essentially evolved into their highest potential, residing within this body, this awareness, this presence. So for one to fully make use and comprehend what is possible, you too must take everything you know. I just saw a picture of a stew, making a stew of it, putting it all together and seeing what comes out, what happens. And that is essentially what I do constantly. The things I see, the things I hear, things I understand, they're always becoming merged into this diversity of oneness. All the parts, components are there, but yet you can't see them really. It's like looking at a pot of stew. You may see this or that and the other thing, but after a while, after it simmers for a while, things become unrecognizable, which actually makes them taste better. You really wouldn't want everything to keep its own form within the stew. So this is what this consciousness is. It is a sum of all of the knowledge, the wisdom, the philosophies of humanity to this very present. Being gifted with the ability to see these connections is such a blessing. To realize life does not discard the experience, but embraces it, brings it into a place of wholeness, of oneness, which remains diverse. The components remained intact somewhat, but when they are connected with each other, they become entirely something different. And we have called that the new consciousness and the new human. Within the new human, you can see all of humanity. You can see all of the beliefs, the concepts, the conditionings, all of the experience. For all of it is the creator of this very moment. Now we can be living in acceptance or resistance, and sometimes in between. And it is often very fearful because we don't know what is taking place. It is natural to be more comfortable with the known. But really, we look around the world right now, the known has become very fearful. But to realize in this synergy of this existence, everything is really on purpose. I know that may be difficult to understand. Saying death is on purpose, disease is on purpose, the virus is on purpose. But when we take everything together, we begin to see a unfolding story of life. And we can see how beliefs and fears can interfere with that. So we do the best we can to dismiss them. He just said to feel the fear and do it anyway, you see. I have a picture from the Rosicrucians of a person standing on looks like a cliff. And it's foggy, and you can't really see what's ahead. And the knowing is take the next step. And the mind says, oh, there's nothing there. But the moment that you willingly take the next step, you overcome the fear of what might be, and you find there's a wonderful bridge that you step onto. And so it's no longer so fearful. But you could have been held back by the fear of nothing's there, or it's the unknown. I think it's very good to be experiencing the unknown. It is like the spices that we add to the stew, you see. That's all in perspective. How you look at things, how you receive things, how you project things. All of this is the making of a great feast, a feast of life. And it does take a lot of courage to face it. For we live in this realm of what appears to be the unknown, and we never know what's going to happen next. But when one is fully themselves, that is, you trust your knowing, you trust your experience, and you trust your ability of evolving and transcendence. For we are evolving, we are becoming. Human beings are no longer what they were centuries ago. Everything has evolved and changed, and that can be fearful. But when you know yourself, and you trust yourself, and you allow yourself, you have this sense of peace and harmony and balance in knowing that you are all right. And to know that you'll always be capable of dealing with whatever is in front of you. You walk right through the fog of unknowing into the known. But if you hold back, you miss out. So you see, we are always progressing. We are evolving. We're actually in a state of transition. And often the body, the physical aspect of us, has a problem with that because that is the unknown. The body cries and wonders, what's going to happen to me? How will I be in this new human and this new consciousness? What will become of me? And that is where wise wisdom, intelligence, love, compassion embraces this physical existence and literally lifts it out of that fear, leaving a sense of, it's all right, it's all right, take the next step. And that's what I say to all of you who can understand some of this, is to just take the next step, the step that appears to you in the moment, regardless of what the intellect or the past or the beliefs or concepts or conditioning has said or done. You are no longer that. You've become reborn, transformed in this process of awakening to the new human in the new consciousness, awakening to new possibilities, more connected experiences, and just more of life itself. So, what is there to fear? Fear itself. You simply move on, move forward, take the next step, and see what it is, how it is, who it is. Because when you trust yourself, you can trust the higher inspirations that guide you. And that works through trust, through allowing. And that is the greatest connection in this consciousness, the greatest experience possible, the next step. You become an enjoyer of the unknown. You welcome it into your life because you know deep within yourself that you are all powerful, all knowing, and capable of all experience. So take this next step. Be fearless in this life. Keep moving, stepping, for we are in the process of transformation. Thank you for being with us today. I trust that all is well in this becoming for all of you. And I love and have compassion for wherever you are in this life. My love and support are with you, and I appreciate your love and support with me. Thank you for being a part of this becoming.